So we overcome overwhelm together today. Hopefully you will enjoy these simple techniques. Join me as I take on the challenge of overcoming overwhelm today, and see if we can do it together. Today I got up with so many things on my agenda that I could feel that rapid overwhelm coming up, and that follow laugh because I teach so many people to conquer this. But we are human beings, we all fall into it, and I have to stop myself, take a deep breath. Let's take control of this. So overwhelm is something that we've all experienced at some point in our lives. It's that feeling of having too much to do and not enough time or energy to do it. It's like drowning in the sea of tasks, responsibilities, and expectations, with no lifeline in sight. And it's not just about getting things done, it's about the emotional toll it takes on us. When we are overwhelmed, we can feel anxious, stressed, we are stuck, like we're not making any progress at all. And one of the biggest challenges of feeling overwhelmed is the anxiety that comes with it, isn't it? We can start feeling everywhere that anxiety. And when we are faced with a mountain of tasks, it's easy to get caught up in the thoughts. What if I don't get it all done? What if I fail? These thoughts can be paralyzing, making it even harder to get started on anything. And I'm sure you have experienced this. Another challenge we have is distraction, isn't it? When we are feeling overwhelmed, our minds can wander, and we can find ourselves scrolling social media or watching YouTube channels instead of focusing on the task at hand. And of course, there's the decreased productivity that comes with overwhelm. When we're feeling stressed and anxious, we can't think clearly and make good decisions. It's impossible, which means we are not operating our best. And another common challenge of overwhelm is procrastination. Do you do that? When a task seems too big or too daunting, it's easy to put it off completely until later, which only adds to the feeling of anxiety and guilt and the pressure because we are not progressing. And then there's the physical toll of overwhelm too. When we are constantly stressed and anxious, our bodies can suffer, headaches, fatigue, and even illnesses. And finally, overwhelm can affect our relationships too. When we are feeling overwhelmed, we can become short-tempered, irritable, and withdrawn, which can put a strain on our relationships with family and friends, and even at work. So how can we overcome this feeling of overwhelm? The first strategy is to prioritize our task. When we have a long list of things to do, it's easy to get caught up and trying to do everything at once. But by prioritizing our task, we can focus on the most important things first and then work our way down to the list. Another strategy is to practice mindfulness. And I know that you will say, mindfulness? A few seconds can make a massive difference. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, our minds can wander and we can get caught up in those thoughts of the past and the worries about the future. But by being present in the moment, we can focus on what needs to be done right now. We can also break the task down into smaller steps, making them feel less daunting and more manageable. And one strategy that's been a great game changer for me is the Pomodoro technique. This involves working in focused attention for 25 minutes increments, following a 5-minute break. This technique can help us to focus and avoid burnout. You can use some of those websites like the Tomato or Straight Action, I think it's called. It's very good because they time you and they give you that little push. So when we're feeling overwhelmed, it's so easy to do too much and overcommit ourselves as well. But this will help you. So learning to say no is another thing that is important. We can free time and energy when we are truly truthful to ourselves, when we don't overcommit, when we know we can't do things, we cannot please everyone. And finally, we can't underestimate the power of self-care. When we are feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to neglect our own needs. By taking care of ourselves, we can stay energized and focused. I really like the Tomato timer and the time stream. Just remembered, that is the name. Because they help you. they help you to really snap out and have a little break that help you to regain that focus again. I think one of the most powerful insights I've had about overwhelm is that it's not about getting rid of all the tasks and responsibilities. That is impossible, but about learning to manage them in a way that feels sustainable. It's about recognizing that we are not alone in feeling overwhelmed and that it's okay to ask for help and leverage things. It's about being kind to ourselves and recognizing that we are doing the best we can. And it's about finding ways to simplify and streamline our lives so that we can focus on what is truly important. When we're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to get caught up in negative thoughts and self-doubt. But by recognizing that we have the power to overcome it, we can start to make progress. We can start to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. And we can start to take small steps towards creating a more balanced and fulfilling life. In this video, we've covered some simple strategies for overcoming overwhelm. Remember, it's all about prioritizing, practicing small steps of mindfulness, a few moments, a few minutes, breaking tasks into smaller steps, and learning to say no. No is important. By incorporating these strategies into our daily lives, we can start to feel more in control and less overwhelmed. So thanks for watching. If you have a struggle with overwhelm, I would love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. And if you're looking for more helpful tips and strategies, be sure to check out any other videos of mine or get in touch. I'll see you then. Bye.